Yankees win a game?
I think they did, Grace.
World Series is back on!
Oh my God!
You fought well yesterday. Your style is unorthodox.
Scorpio.
Good morning, Yankees universe, and welcome back to another episode of the Yankees Morning Brew on this Thursday, August 7th. Like always, I'm your guy Hector, joined by the compañera this morning. We have the lovely Grace Monroe, and all you Yankee fans, wake up and get your coffee. Grace, how you feeling today, Grace?
Oh my God, I'm so tired. Hector, I don't know how you go to all these games and then get up and do the show the next morning. Like mad respect to you from me. If y'all don't know, excuse me, if y'all don't know, I was at the game yesterday in Texas and we had great seats. My favorite seats in the whole stadium of any stadium is like the front of the first balcony. I feel like you can see everything. You can see in each dugout. You can get the whole picture of the field, and behind home plate is like where it's at. We had amazing seats. We had a great time. I'll tell you all about what the Rangers fans were saying about our Yankees and how I almost
Oh,
got into a fist fight with the woman behind me.
oh.
But I digress. Hector, how are you?
I'm feeling good, Grace. I'm glad you did not get into a fist fight. So let's shout out the chat before we continue and listen to the story from the brawler from down south, from the Texas down under. Shout out to Jacob Petruzzi, who is in the building. Jacob, my man, salute, 3 capital S's. TC Stills is in the building. TC, how you doing? El Consigliere Joe with a $10 super chat, helping us keep the lights on over here. Uptown Sports TV started us early. He says, the dynamic duo are back. The Yankees win. The Yankees win. Finally, Grace. I'm gonna leave that super chat up. Shout out to everybody who's in the building. If you are watching us on the YT app, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We are almost at 6,000 subscribers. We are right there. If you're watching us on TikTok, double tap the screen, hit that follow button on TikTok. We're live on TikTok and all other social media platforms. Let's start the conversation though, right, Grace? Because the Yankees, they won a game. And David BEDNAR, a.k.a. Put You On My Back, BEDNAR, he came through big time when the Yankees needed it. 5 outs, an inning and 2/3. You know, he got squeezed a little bit by the umpire. 42 pitches. Hold on, I got the stat line right here. Hold on. 42 pitches, the most he has thrown in an outing within the past 3 years, dating back to 2022, David BEDNAR, if there was ever a moment to have your Yankee moment, he had it yesterday, Grace.
Oh, absolutely, Hector. I couldn't agree with you more. That was definitely his Yankee moment. And it was only, I believe, his third appearance, maybe fourth, but I think it was his third appearance. After coming out and making such a tough first impression, all things considered, we asked a lot from him in his Yankee debut. He had just had his entire life in a total upheaval, 24 hours, traveling to a new team, joining a new squad, walking on and being asked to get some big outs was a lot to ask of any pitcher. Bednar reportedly, after having his minor failure in his first appearance as a Yankee and allowing the runs and everything, went right up to Aaron Boone and said, I want to come back out for the next inning. Put me back out there. This is the type of mentality that we have been searching for in a closer capacity for years. No disrespect to Luke Weaver. We all love Luke Weaver, okay? He stepped up when we needed him the most, and he became a closer for us. Full stop. Like, no disrespect to him. However, David Bednar is that dog we've been searching for years. He said, put me back out there. I want the next inning. He came back out in the second inning of his first appearance as a Yankee and proved that there was something there to look forward to. Then his next appearance, he built on that. And then last night, coming in and pitching, where we all know that umpire was absolutely horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. It never gave him a moment's pause. He was never shaken. He stayed in there. He gave us 2 innings. He gave us his career high in pitches, 44, I think it was. He hadn't pitched anything close to that since 2022. And he overcame all the obstacles and he got us the save. It was a huge, huge appearance, and I believe that going forward, David Bednar should be the 2025 Yankees closer.
Sorry, I just had a little technical difficulty over here. But no, you pointed it perfectly, right? David Bednar, in the moment the Yankees needed him to step up last night. Like I said, put us on your back, Mr. David Bednar. Mr. I look like I bench 400, 500, 600 pounds deadlift. That's what David Bednar looked last night, right? And there was a tweet that came out. Shout out to everybody who was in the building. I think we have an audio difficulties on TikTok. I got to look into that. But there's an audio, or there's a tweet that I want to share real quick with everybody. I'll pull that up right now for everybody as we continue this conversation. Folks, I apologize about that. But this is from Greg Joyce. Right, Greg Joyce, Yankee beat writer, who put it out there perfectly, who said, Aaron Boone went to the mound thinking he was pulling David Bednar with 2 on and 2 outs in the 9th inning. Instead, the Yankee reliever gave him the look of, no, you're not taking me out of this game. And he finished the final out for the save. After the Boone, manager Aaron Boone was quoted by saying, that's a dog-like effort from David Bednar. Grace, what's your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. And I mean, this story is amazing, right? This is what we have all wanted to hear. And I'm not here to, drag Devin Williams' name through the mud. I mean, I don't need to. He's done it himself. However, this is the mentality that you want in a closer. A guy who's like, no, I'm not coming out of the game. I got this guy. I want this guy. Leave me out here, please. And that aggressiveness, that hunger, that power. We've been searching for it, like I said, for years. So, and I also want to say that we're having a little echo, Hector. But I also wanted to say that credit needs to go to Aaron Boone, because Aaron Boone left him out there. That goes directly against the stat sheet or the analytics, whatever you want to say. And I know we're all frustrated with Aaron Boone right now, and the thread is wearing really, really thin with Aaron Boone. However, credit does need to be given to him because he listened to his player, he left him out there, and it proved to be the right move.
Yeah, and when Yankee fans have been online, do I still have an echo, or am I good, Grace?
You're good.
Okay, cool. It's just my mixer board. Just getting used to the new technology. When Yankee fans online scream for your manager, right, to go with your gut feeling, go by your natural baseball feeling, he did that last night. And hopefully this move from Aaron Boone is something that continues. Because when you look at David Bednar, you can see him on the mound last night. He wanted to get that win for the Yankees. If there was ever a must-win game to avoid being swept 2 series in a row, losing 6 in a row, that was the night you needed somebody to step up. And granted, I know the Yankees, they have an off day today. They're not playing. Shout out to everybody who was in the building. I understand that they're not playing today, so you needed to David Bednar to go out there and empty the tank, and that's what he did last night.
Absolutely. And again, Boone hardly knows David Bednar. So to place faith in a new acquisition on your team who you're just getting to know, I mean, it like I said, it proved to be the right move, and it will build goodwill between him and David going forward. So, I mean, that's exactly what we want to see. We're headed into the stretch. We're now in the part of the season where things start to move really, really fast. When you're building confidence and you're building trust, this is something you can build on going forward. It was great all around, great to see, and glad the Yankees got the win.
No, 100%. And then again, Grace, like, I want to ask you and be honest with me, because I have a video. Grace, she was at the game yesterday. For those of you guys that didn't know, Miss Grace Monroe, she was at the game. She had a conversation with Jason Dominguez. They had a heart-to-heart mother and son conversation of encouragement. Right. But no. In all reality, I want to ask you, Grace, because you said there was some Ranger fans that was chirping behind you, right? Grace Monroe almost had to throw out the left hook and knock someone down. But I want to ask you, Grace, how confident were you with that game last night? What were your I know you was in the building. I know you and hubby wanted to see the Yankees win, but how confident were you walking into that stadium and during the game that the Yankees were going to win that game?
Oh, zero. Zero. And I had already set my mind to be like, you know what? We're going to have fun. We're going to enjoy. We paid a lot of money for these tickets. We paid a lot of money for the parking. We paid, you know what I mean? Like, we bought these tickets
Mm-hmm.
in March and we had the date circled, took off from work. I mean, we're talking about like, an investment that we made
Yeah.
mentally, emotionally, financially, and everybody does every time they go to a game. But we waited all year for them to come to Texas, and the way that they got swept by the Marlins, the way that they showed up in the first two games versus the Rangers, I was just completely devastated and heartbroken. And I was to the point where I told y'all on Tuesday I didn't even want to go to the game. But of course we were gonna go because we'd spent all this money, and so
Yeah.
but the morning of, I woke up and I was like, you know what? No, like let me get my mind right.
Mm-hmm.
If you can adjust your expectations, you can still enjoy the game, right? So my expectations were not to go in and win. I didn't expect to win. I wanted to win, obviously. But you know what I wanted was just to have a game that I could be proud of as a fan. And let me tell y'all, the Rangers fans were chirping about the defense. They were laughing at the Yankees. When Volpe got caught in the rundown, the crowd, I don't know if y'all could hear it on the TV. The crowd wasn't cheering. They were laughing. It was like a comedian was playing a set. And
Mm-hmm.
I know that the players can hear that. It was so maddening. And I remember one time, someone hit a pop up. I can't remember who, for the Rangers, and we came in to pick up the pop up. I think Cody was playing right field, and I can't even
Mm-hmm.
remember. I think, yeah, Cody was coming up to make the catch, and this guy behind me goes, "Okay, anything can happen here." Like he expected us to drop the pop up and make a big, flub up. Like they were just. And I remember at one point somebody said, their defense is so horrible. And I'm just hearing it from left and from right. And I'm like, oh God, please guys, just don't embarrass me. I'm in enemy territory, decked head to toe in Yankees gear. Like please can I just please be proud of my team? When we turned that double play, when Anthony Volpe came ranging over, got the ball, Jazz flipped it, and they turned the double play, the crowd went silent. And I was like, this is what we needed. This is what I'm talking about. And they built on that. They held the lead. I mean, I had a good time. I was a little nervous. But yeah,
And
I
you
sent
bring
you
up
that double play.
No, I know. I'm trying to pull it up right now. The one that the one that you sent me. But before I bring that up, before I bring that video, because that was an amazing double pay by Jazz and Volpe. You talk about Anthony Volpe. Since the All-Star break, since the start of the second half, Anthony Volpe has answered the alarm, has answered the bell, because there was a lot of criticism. There was a week where Anthony Volpe, it seemed like he had 15 errors in a single week. I know that's not what happened, but that's what it felt like.
Hmm.
Grace, since the start of the second half of the season, Anthony Volpe has a 146 WRC plus. He has a 919
Wow.
OPS, 7 home runs, and he's slugging 627.
What?
Somebody on TikTok said, "Tell your co-host that was me laughing through the TV, and I hope Volpe does it again."
Oh, wait. You hope Volpe, gets caught in a rundown again.
Yeah, he hopes Volpe gets caught in a rundown again.
Yeah,
146 WRC plus, 919 OPS.
that's great.
And in this series against the Texas Rangers, dare I may say it, he's playing solid defense.
Absolutely. He's the only one who got a hit off Evaldi, I think. He had a hit yesterday, which scored
Mm-hmm.
an RBI. He's been contributing on the defensive side of the ball as well, and
Mm-hmm.
so it's great to see. I really, really love that. It seems like he's turned the corner. Keep going, Anthony. We're all cheering for you.
Anthony, we are cheering for you because if the Yankees are going to have any success this season, right? I think rooting for the shortstop to fail.
No.
What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? I see a
No.
lot of Yankee fans wanting this team to lose every game so they could fire Aaron Boone, wanting this team to lose every game so they could hit that rebuild button. And I don't think it's ever going to happen with the New York Yankees, especially with the money machine that is at 161 River Ave.
No, I think rooting for your team to lose is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, We're still in the playoffs. As of right now, we're still in the playoffs. I don't know. I know I don't want to be like a little Pollyanna, bright side, like fake. I'm just being sincere. Um, it's not time for that.
No,
Maybe there's a place and a time when things have gotten so bad, right? That you're like, let's go ahead and lose out so we can get a top draft pick. You know what I mean? But now is not that time. It's
no.
really not.
It's definitely not. Shout out to my man NFE who was in the building who says, I do not understand that loser mentality. And that's exactly what it is. It is a loser mentality. And I know we've been rough on the New York Yankees. I know we've been rough on Aaron Boone over the past like 5 going on 6 days the past week. There's a lot of Yankee fans that have been rougher over the past like few years. But when you look at it right now, Grace, we are celebrating, and this is the thing that's funny. We are celebrating winning 1 game out of 6. You're going through a serious low if you're celebrating winning 1 out of 6 games. But you take the victories when you can take them. You take the dubs when you can take them. And right now, the Yankees got a dub last night. They're off today. They come back home. Old Timers Day is Saturday. So hopefully the spirits and hopefully the presence of old Yankees can shake this team up. That way we can hit that hot stretch going down the rest of the month of August, heading into September, and hopefully we're still in the postseason.
Yeah. I mean, let me tell you something. The Rangers wanted to win yesterday
So bad.
so bad. So bad.
So
I mean,
bad.
it might as well have been a World Series game for them. They wanted it so bad. It would have put them in a playoff position, which they haven't been in all season. They aren't even in the playoff picture. You don't see any of their they're not in it as of now. You don't hear any of their fans saying, well, let's just lose out so we can get a higher draft pick, or let's quit on the season. I hope the Rangers lose the rest of the way so that we can blah blah blah. No, they want to win. They're dying to win. Josh Smith giving up his body multiple times to make pop foul
Amazing
catches.
plays. Amazing
Ezekiel
plays.
Duran was killing us yesterday. I
Yes,
mean,
he
killing
was.
us. And Adolis Garcia, God love him. I love him as a player. I don't know what's going on with him. He's in such a bad slump, and you hate to see it from a good player. But let me tell you, they were trying. They wanted that game
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
And so it's just crazy it's giving privilege. It's giving entitlement to be like, let's lose out. Like, we're in a playoff position, but let's lose out the rest of the games. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing I want to ask you, right? Because you brought up Ezekiel Duran. You brought up Josh Smith. And those are 2 prospects we traded away for Joey Gallo.
Oh,
Josh Smith, when you look at his numbers and you compare it with like Anthony Volpe, I know Anthony Volpe had 17 home runs in the season, but Josh Smith is hitting 270. Josh Smith has 10 home runs. Josh Smith plays a solid defense at third base. Ezekiel Duran, who is an outfielder and first baseman, that's somebody that we could desperately use on this team. Somebody who's young, somebody who's cheap, and somebody who killed us. And then he had 3 hits yesterday, or he was on base 3 times yesterday, and even the game before he was doing some damage to us.
yes, exactly. I do think he had 3 hits yesterday. He hit one up the left side of the infield, one through the left side of the infield, one through the right side of the infield, and one to the outfield. I'm like, this guy's killing us all over. He's
Yeah.
killing us everywhere. Um, you know, I let me just not go off on Austin Wells.
I think
Next.
Grace. No, I think Grace. It's perfect, right? You bring up Austin Wells, right? And Austin Wells, when you look at it, there was
I'm like,
fans yesterday talking, and I'm in a part of like a couple of discords, right? And shout out to everybody in the Discord. Shout out to Yankees Country and Tina for the amazing Discord that they run. It's a great Discord. I love it. Also, shout out to Gary Sheffield Jr. and the Yankees Unloaded podcast and their Discord that I'm a part of. Another great Discord, great conversations as well. But to see Yankee fans wanting Aaron Boone to pinch hit Giancarlo Stanton for Austin Wells in the fourth inning, it's the
I didn't see
fourth
that.
inning.
I did not see that. That's so funny.
I get
I
it.
wish
I get it.
Giancarlo.
Go ahead.
I did want Giancarlo to get an at bat, which was my
Same.
only real gripe yesterday was the way that Boone did his pinch hitting. And listen, I'm not trying to kill Boone over this because we won the game, okay? And let's keep that in mind. But when the ninth inning came around, I thought, oh well, we're gonna have Giancarlo pinch for somebody. And
Mm-hmm.
then I said, wait a minute, he can't. There's nobody left because
Mm-hmm.
the pinch runner that they had earlier in the game used up Jose Caballero and Ahmed Rosario in one move, and so there was nobody to replace. Even if you cover, like they ended up bringing Paul in, which of course ended up being amazing. His home
Yeah.
run
Pinch
was
hit,
a
10th of the
beauty,
year.
a beauty. It
Hitting
was a
four
beauty.
hitting 404 against left-handed pitching.
Oh my God, can you imagine the manager coming over to you and saying, "Hey, I'm gonna pinch you. Get your bat. Get ready." And you are like, "All right." You go get your bat off the rack, and you walk up the stairs, and you're like, "I'm here to pinch hit," and you hit a home run. Like it's got to be the best feeling.
No, definitely.
I was so happy for him.
Definitely. We got two super chats I want to bring up. Shout out to you guys with these super chats. It definitely does help us when it comes to keeping the lights on over here at Uptown Sports TV. Big Ant NYC with the $5 super chat. He says, familiar. Familiar. It's like Vin Diesel in those Fast and the Furious movies. Familiar. What are your thoughts of having Ben Rice as the starting catcher moving forward? I was really impressed with his skills behind the dish. You know what I want to say to that? You know what I want to say to that, Grace?
What?
Another one.
I want to say it again.
Another one.
And I want to say it again.
Another one.
And I want to say it 3 more times for the people in the back. That's the move that I myself would make like that.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And if you remember, this was one of my 5 steps to the World Series plan that I unveiled on Tuesday.
Yes,
One
it
of the
was.
steps was to put Ben Rice as the everyday catcher immediately. And then the next game after our pod, he was the catcher, and then Austin Wells caught the day game. So maybe they have kind of started phasing this in. We don't know. It remains to be seen. When there's a day game followed, or a day game follows a night game, they never have the same catcher. Seems like. So, and I think that's pretty common across the league. So, we're gonna have to wait to see how they're gonna use the catchers going forward. But I wouldn't be surprised if this change begins to be implemented because it is watching Austin Wells' defense at catcher literally gives me agita. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
even Italian. I'm not even from New York.
Not even Italian.
But in Texas, we'd say it really tans my hide. Watching Austin Wells let that ball just dribble on when Rodon had to cross all the way from the mound to come try to get this dribbling ball and throw it to first base. Austin Wells should have had that ball. It was right in front of him, y'all. I don't know how it looked on TV, but let me tell you, it was right in front of him. He should have ripped off his mask, gone about 2 feet, and made that play. Instead, he forced Carlos Rodon to get off the mound, which is A, dangerous, B, run all the way to range and get this ball, and turn and throw this ball to first base. That was not. I was so angry at that. Okay. Then in a couple innings later, I can't remember who it was. Somebody had a little hit that went like basically a bunt, and it was about to roll foul,
Mhm.
and Rodon went and grabbed it. I'm like, let it go foul, let it go foul. Like, Wells should be screaming at Wells needs to be communicating. Like,
Yes.
that's his call. Like, I swear to God, I was so angry, and every time he came up to bat, I could barely watch. I am so done with Austin Wells, y'all don't even understand. I know
Grace,
I get up here every day and I go on and on about it, and I'm sorry. I apologize for that. I'm sure he's a very nice guy. And if they moved him to backup catcher, I don't think I would be as pressed about it. But until they make that change, I am pressed. I am pressed about it.
I got one more super chat I want to bring up, and it literally piggybacks what you're talking about. El Consigliere Joe, thank you so much for helping us keep the lights on over here. With a $10
Yes,
super chat,
this
he
too.
says, why did Wells stand like a statue at first base when Volpe was waving him over while he was in the rundown?
This
Wells may need to get sent down to get his skills improved. And I'm going to continue, and this is a continuation from one of the last shows we had, right? I don't think it was this
Mhm.
Tuesday. I think it was last week, Thursday, when Austin Wells forgot how many outs there
Mhm.
were.
Mhm.
And he got picked off after his teammate bunted. And he thought for some reason it was 2 outs and that was the last out of the inning. That's what he thought. I brought up Jason Dominguez. I'm going to even throw in Anthony Volpe in there, right? If Jason Dominguez or Anthony Volpe or even Jazz Chisholm, if they get thrown out, off leaning off of first, get caught in between first and second and third, and 2 strikes, 3 strikes, whatever it is. If they have a mental mistake, you can somewhat live with it because you're like, damn, they need to do better. But if it's your catcher who's not paying attention to the game,
Right.
who is checked out, if it's your starting catcher who
Right.
is supposed to be an extension of your manager from your
Right.
bench, if it's your catcher that's not paying attention to what's going on in the field of play, you have some organizational issues. That's
Yes.
not even on Austin Wells. That's on the entire Yankees organization. Because, like I said, if Volpe, Jazz, and Jason does it, you don't want that to happen. You can live with it to a degree. But if it's your catcher who's supposed to be an extension of your coaching staff, an extension of your manager, that's something that you cannot have. That's something that is an organizational failure on the New York Yankees.
Yes. I mean, the catcher is like the field general, you know, and runs so much of the game, including the pace and I mean, la la la. We could go on and on. But I totally agree with you, Hector, and that's a great point. When
I
your
want to shout.
catcher has checked out, you got a big problem. And yesterday, let me tell you, Consigliere, this is a great point. And we were screaming at Wells, go, keep going. Why are you stopping? Like we were losing our minds and people were dying laughing. It was
Mhm.
horrible. This moment was horrible. It was a bad send for Volpe, but then he made lemonade out of it, right? He made lemonade out of the lemons because what should have happened is we should have had 2 runners in scoring position,
Yep.
and it would have been like six one way, half dozen the other. And he was smart to take that rundown to give it more time, but Wells didn't keep running. It was ridiculous. Oh God, this is a great point.
Grace, it's starting to get to a point, and shout out to everybody who was in the building. If you're on TikTok, I appreciate you guys. Keep on double tapping that screen, hit that like button, hit that follow button. If you're watching us on the YT app or on the X app or on Facebook, guys, click the link in the bio, jump on over to YT and join us here on the conversation. We are sitting at, I'm just let you know, subscriber wise, Grace. We are at 5,628 subscribers. So shout out to all the new subscribers that has found us over the past week. We appreciate you guys helping us out when it comes to the YouTube algorithm, sharing us on social media as well. My man C Money Caleb is in the building. Ben Rice as a catcher, he had an interference yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. With Wells not performing, bring back JC, who should have caught Rodon yesterday. And when he does, he pitches better. And that's what I agree with. And my issue with, I love the idea of putting Ben Rice as the starting catcher, especially over Austin Wells, who's struggling right now. My only hesitation or my only question mark is, will Ben Rice's bat still play the same as a catcher? Because you have some wear and tear on your body throughout the season. You know, he hasn't caught for a full season since he was in the minors, so there's been some time since then. My issue with Ben Rice being the starting catcher is, will his bat still play the same? Will we get the best version of Ben Rice as a starting catcher every day, taking those bumps, taking those foul tips, hitting, getting tired out? Will that be the best version of him? Or, like C Money is saying, you bring back JC Escara and you still use Ben Rice the way you're using him?
You know, I love JC.
Mm-hmm.
I love him. I think there's a lot of potential there for him that hasn't been shown, and hasn't had enough time to shine, in my opinion. So I love JC, but I mean, there's not much season left. Honestly, it's like 50 games, maybe something like that. So I don't think it's enough to wear down Ben that much. But maybe next year going forward, that's a conversation that you definitely would want to have. But I mean, I know he had catcher interference. Wells has had a few of those this year, so I mean, I don't think that that's a reason to not put him as the starting catcher. It's just something he's got to clean up, and that it can't happen. To quote Boone, it can't happen. But
Do you think when it comes to Austin Wells, because Yankee fans had a lot of smoke for Anthony Volpe, and it seems like that smoke is disappearing, the noise is getting quieter. Do you think that the Yankees fans' frustrations will start to turn to Austin Wells? Because you're seeing that on Twitter. You're seeing a lot of fans calling for Austin Wells to A, be benched, or B, be sent down.
I do. I do think it'll probably move over to Austin Wells.
So when
Deservedly.
and that's the thing, right? And I get it, right? When it comes to Yankee fans, we change our emotions about a player as quick as we change our undies, right? And that's something that Yankee fans do, even when it comes to this team. Because a couple of days ago, we were crashing out up here, Grace. We were crashing out. And then we started the episode by saying, World Series is back on. The playoffs are back on because the New York Yankees found their new closer, and David Bednar, 42 pitches, 5 strikeouts. It was really 6 strikeouts because that umpire was squeezing him.
He was awful.
He was awful. During the game, Grace, I literally put on Twitter yesterday, ABS ASAP, because that's what we need.
Absolutely. It was horrible on both sides. And you would have, I mean, the Rangers fans were screaming at Blue, and the Yankees fans were screaming at Blue. He was terrible. And from my vantage point, I couldn't really see, because the umpire was kind of like blocking the strike zone because I was right behind home plate, you know? So I had to look at my app every once in a while, and when you looked at the app and saw, you're like, oh my God, he called that a strike? Like, it was crazy. But yeah, I mean, bring the ape. Like, what are we waiting for?
John the Beagle Dad. Shout out to John the Beagle Dad, who says this: never give up, never surrender, from Galaxy Quest. If you guys know that movie, one of the greatest sci-fi movies of all time.
I love that movie.
I love Galaxy Quest. Oh my God, one of my favorite movies of all time. We need your help. But I want to ask you, Grace, right? Because we texted each other, and we was texting each other basically the same thing a few days ago. Goonies never say die. Mm-hmm. And when you look at this team with the ups, with the downs, there's a lot of downs. I'm not giving up. Hopefully, this is just the bad part of the season and they turn things around. Now, do I expect this team to like make a march to the World Series? No, I'm not expecting that. But I do not believe, or I find it hard to believe, I think that's a better way to phrase it. I find it hard to believe that the version of the New York Yankees that you're watching right now, it's going to get worse than this, especially with the additions to Bednar and Camilo Devoe and that bullpen. I know Judge, he's going to need some time to get back on track after being on the 10-day IL. Judge is going to need some time before he starts figuring out. Cody Bellinger, I can't say anything else about Cody Bellinger. An amazing season. The Yankees better pray that he stays with the Yankees because it's nice. He says a lot. He says the stuff that we want to hear. But if a team comes out there, Grace, and offer Cody Bellinger $35 to $40 million a season, I'm not sure of how Steinbrenner is willing to give Cody Bellinger that type of money. Would I? Yeah, especially with how we're seeing Cody Bellinger performing. But in this offseason, the Yankees, they're going to have a lot of question marks. They're going to have a lot of hard decisions to make. I think the Yankees have about like 70 to 80, maybe 90 million coming off the books. They should definitely entertain Kyle Tucker before trying to renegotiate and re-signing Cody Bellinger.
You'd rather have Kyle Tucker than Cody Bellinger?
Not rather, but I would say engage with Kyle Tucker first. Check how the market is doing, and then you backtrack to Cody Bellinger.
Oh, so you're
Kind of
so
use
if we land
kind of use Kyle Tucker to set the market for Cody Bellinger. Because if Kyle Tucker is getting offered $40 million a season, you could tell Cody, all right, 35, 32 million is where you're at. Like, use Kyle Tucker to gauge what you're willing to offer Cody Bellinger. I want Cody Bellinger back more than anything else, but I'm just saying, engage with Kyle Tucker so you can set the market for Cody Bellinger. That may be a mistake, but that's how I think the Yankees are going to approach it.
I think that
I'm sorry. We got another $10 super chat. Sorry, from El Consigliere Joe, helping us keep the lights on. JC should be our starting catcher as he works better with the pitchers, and the pitchers have a better ER way when JC is catching. That's true. With Wells not hitting, what is the reasoning? What is the reason keeping him in the bigs? And that's a great super chat right there. Thank you, Joe. Go ahead, Grace. I do apologize. I just wanted to get the El Consigliere super chat up.
I totally agree. Send Wells down as far as I care. Like, JC and Ben, let's see what you got. You know what I mean? But anyway.
He made me cut my mustache, Grace. I had like the Austin Wells big ass mustache. He made me trim it down.
Oh my God. Don't bring up the facial hair again. The facial hair conversation is making a resurgence on social media, and I'm just like, guys, can we just literally move on from the facial hair? People are like, make them shave. This is ridiculous. I'm like, y'all are corny with this. Like, can we please? Can we just anyway? Oh God, I forgot what we were talking about before the super chat. I forgot.
Cody Bellinger and Kyle Tucker.
Oh, I think that by not trading Spencer Jones, that signaled to me that they're not going to go after Kyle Tucker. That's just my hunch.
Mm-hmm.
I think they will engage with Cody Bellinger. I don't think they'll give him the biggest offer. He might take it. He might not. And I don't think they're going to go after Kyle Tucker. I think that by keeping Spencer Jones, a cost-controlled young player with, center field capability, whatever,
speed,
ability to steal bags, exactly. I do think that means that they're not going to go after. I'm repeating myself, but I do think that that's what that means.
Yeah, my man Hector with the $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Hoping to keep the lights on. He said Wells needs to be set down now, and that's something. When you look at like the New York Mets. Sorry. Water. That's something that the New York Mets did with Francisco Alvarez. Francisco Alvarez, super prospect, super catching prospect for the New York Mets and all of Major League Baseball. What did the New York Mets do with him when he was struggling this season offensively? They sent him down because he was working with J.D. Martinez last year and in the offseason, if I'm not mistaken, messed up his swing, and the Mets sent him down, and they kept him down there also, Grace, because there was people saying after like a week or two, oh, you can bring Francisco Alvarez up. No. They kept him down there for, I want to say, about a month so he could figure it out. And when it comes to Austin Wells, the reason why we argued or we made reasonings why the Yankees can't do that with Anthony Volpe, because we have no shortstop to replace Anthony Volpe right now at the big league level. You can't have that defense, or you can't have that argument when it comes to not sending Austin Wells down. Because if you send Austin Wells down, you could call up JC Escara, who's probably the better defensive catcher out of anyone we have on the big league roster or who was on the big league roster this season. I will call up JC, send Austin Wells down, and let Ben Rice be that backup catcher, be that backup first baseman, keep his bat fresh, and let him platoon. When you look at Paul Goldschmidt is hitting 400 against left-handed pitching this year. You know what's the issue with that, Grace? Major League Baseball is majority right-handed pitching. So you're going to have to use Ben Rice at first base, because if you have Paul Goldschmidt playing against right-handed pitching, the numbers show he can't hit righties anymore. He's not that MVP player that he once was when he was with the Diamondbacks and with the St. Louis Cardinals. That's not him. You have to use Paul Goldschmidt in a platoon situation, and pairing him up with Ben Rice and using him in late game situation, I think is the way to go.
Yeah, but I mean, Cody can also play first. Keep Cody's bat in the lineup, and we have so many outfielders. I mean, we've got when Judge comes back, obviously, when Judge comes back, that's also an option. But I hear what you're saying, and
Mm,
I know that Austin Wells is dealing with some sort of hand issue. He got all that testing a few weeks ago for the
yeah,
nerves and stuff in his hand.
true.
Poor guy is coming out of the game black and blue, swollen and in pain. And look, I don't blame him for that. But like, go take care of yourself and your health. Take some time off. Go down to the minors and rehab. Literally. You know what I mean? Like, if you're dealing with an injury and it's causing you to be slower, to not be able to swing as fast, to not go for these plays you might have gone for earlier, whatever.
Mm,
If it's affecting you, then it's a legit excuse.
yeah.
However, go down and take care of it and let us go ahead and go to the playoffs.
Mm. No, I agree with you. I got some chats that I want to bring up. My man Chris Khalif in the building. CK, he says, for my sanity, the Yankees need to sign my guy Luke Weaver. And Luke Weaver, of his last 10 appearances or so, he has figured it out. Luke Weaver, in his last 10 appearances, he has an ERA, I think, around 2.38 or 2.6, around there. I think they showed it in the graphic yesterday during the game. Luke Weaver, he has started to figure it out. So when you look at that bullpen, when you look at the Yankees bullpen, I think if we're listing people, obviously we could all agree that David Bednar is the closer. Camilo Duvall is the setup guy. Luke Weaver is that guy that comes in the seventh. And with Ryan Yarbrough coming back, with Mark Leiter Jr. looking a lot healthier, and with every other guy that's in that bullpen, I want to ask you, Grace,
Yeah.
does Devin Williams stay on this team? Does
I
he
mean,
survive? Does he survive a DFA?
yo, this is wild because I
And I'm
heard
not
this.
saying that, and I'm not saying that to troll. I'm not saying that to clip bake or just to rage
No,
farm or anything like that. I'm not clip farming anything.
no, I think it's a legitimate question, and this is wild that it's wild that we're here in this position is what I mean. Not that your question is wild. It's
Hmm.
just it's wild that the circumstances have presented themselves to where this is a legitimate question. Uh, when Cruz comes back, right? What are they gonna do? When Yarbrough comes back, what are they gonna do? Maybe they DFA Yarbrough in some circumstance. Like somebody's gonna have to go.
If they
I don't
DFA
know.
Yarbrough, I'll be upset. One,
Me
Yarbrough is
too.
another lefty out of the bullpen,
Oh,
and two,
absolutely.
he's had a way
He's
better season than Devin
versatile.
Williams.
Yeah, no, I like him too. But I'm just saying, like, are they going to swallow their pride so much to where they DFA this huge offseason acquisition and admit that it didn't work? I mean, I don't know. I can't see that. If they did that, let me put it this way. If they did that, I would be like, wow, they got balls. And I would be shocked.
Well,
Um,
they did it with DJ.
they did. You're right.
I don't think anybody expected DJ to be released when he got released. We were having a
You brought up
conversation that
DJ.
maybe he'll get released like at the trade deadline or after the season because he has the money just next year. The Yankees said no. You're going for the rest of this season, and we'll eat that $15 million for next year. The Yankees literally ate up to like $30 million from DJ LeMahieu for this year and next year.
You're right. That's a great point. I don't know. I don't see the role for him going forward. I do still think he has some value as an arm, but not in any high leverage situations. And so when you have a roster crunch going into the postseason, where is he going to fit? I don't know.
Mm.
In my opinion, Weaver has presented himself kind of as like a fireman. You can call him in anytime in a tough situation, bases loaded. You got to get out of this jam. Like you call on Luke Weaver. That could be in the sixth, fifth, seventh, whenever.
Yeah.
And then I agree. I think Duvall could be a great setup guy. Bednar is clearly the closer. We got Fernando Cruz coming back. He's kind of a specialist. Tim Hill is a specialist. I mean, where is Devin Williams' role?
I don't. When you look at this new Yankees bullpen, I do not know. And I think that if you move Devin Williams to like the 6th inning or 7th inning row, and he's able to figure it out, it just makes your bullpen so much stronger. It makes your bullpen so much deadlier and deeper. I just don't think Devin Williams in a clutch situation, in a late game situation, should be the first person out there, or the second, or the third. He should be like the last option when you look at Bednar, Duvall, and Luke Weaver. Out of those 4, and you could throw in Cruz, out of those 5, he should be the last one to be thrown out there.
Bro, I just had an idea.
Go ahead.
If we DFA'd Devin Williams, wouldn't that make him free to go to another team?
Well, yeah.
And he would definitely get picked up. And then we would have to face him, right?
Well, and he'll kill us, and he'll strike us out.
He'll kill us.
And
so that's what I'm saying. So now, as the GM, you have to play defense as well as offense. You have to say, like, I don't want this person, but also I don't want anybody else to have them. So how do you kind of navigate that? I mean, it's like a Phantom IL stint or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's going to be interesting to see how the Yankees navigate that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just to throw it out there, like JV says, his role will be on another team. Shout out to everybody who was in the building. Super Dave says, no, get rid of Devin Williams. Edward is in the building. Edward Figueroa. Yankees need to fire everybody. Oh, Edward's saying, clean the board. We got to clean the board. Folks in the building who are watching us, we got over 500 viewers on TikTok. Appreciate you guys. Over 5,000 likes on TikTok as well. On the YT on YouTube, we're sitting at 41 people and 28 likes. If you guys can, smack that like button, hit that subscribe button, and help us out when it comes to growing this amazing platform. We appreciate everybody in the building having the conversation. Aaliyah Rowe says, I think for sure Will at least will let him walk. I think talking about Devin Williams.
Yeah,
FL
they're not going to offer him.
Yeah, especially if Cruz is healthy. No, 100%. JV had something in the chat earlier that says, if they send Wells down, how do you explain Volpe never being sent down? And that's something that I brought up earlier, right? With Volpe, the difference is the backup to Volpe was Peraza, who is not even on the team anymore, who was hitting below 150, who was making errors at third base. When you look at Austin Wells, if you send him down, you bring up J.C. Escarra back up, automatically he's a better defender than both Ben Rice and Austin Wells. Ben Rice is a better hitter than Austin Wells as well.
And don't think I didn't notice that Volpe has nailed it down since Jose Caballero joined the squad.
Oh, yeah. Once he, that's a great point to pick up. Shout out to my brother Ghost. Mi hermana de la isla is in the building. Ghost, I hope all is well. And Old Sarge is in the building. Old Sarge, how are you doing? Grace, that is a great point. Say that again.
Yeah, I mean, iron sharpens iron, right? That's the old adage that we've all heard. And like you said, what was the real legitimate option to replace Volpe at shortstop, or even to give him a rest or some regular days off? There really wasn't one until they added Jose Caballero to the squad. And since then, Volpe has been showing out in the infield, making these double plays, turning balls, diving catches. And obviously his bats come alive as well. So don't think we didn't notice that.
And that's 100% facts, Grace. That is 100% fact. When you look at it, Anthony Volpe's game has stepped up tremendously ever since the Yankees traded for Caballero.
Yep.
And when you have pressure, when you have somebody knocking on the door for your job, and kudos to Brian Cashman. One, you got Caballero who could play multiple positions. He could play first, he could play second, he could play short, third, left, right. He could play multiple positions. I know he had an error in right field. It is what it is. But that's a guy that we desperately needed, because that was Oswaldo Cabrera. Mm-hmm. And once Oswaldo went down, we lost that Swiss Army knife. Having a guy like that, now you see Aaron Boone making making decisions when it comes to substitutions, pitch hearing, this, that, and third. You see Aaron Boone being a manager, even though this is the first time we've won since the All-Star break. I expect the Yankees, and I look forward to down the stretch seeing how this team.
You meant trade deadline.
I mean, trade deadline. Yeah, trade deadline. But I look forward to seeing how this team handles the rest of the month of August and the rest of the month of September.
Oh yeah, I mean when I'm in theater and I'm doing my like let's say I'm doing my big song or whatever, and I look over in the wings and my understudy is standing in the wings staring at me, mouthing the words to my solo or something. Oh, you better believe I'm like putting some extra riffs in tonight or something. Like hold on, I see this kid coming for my job. Anthony Volpe feels that too. Now, not in a toxic way, just in a healthy way, in a healthy, competitive, athletic way. Um, it does ignite. It makes you remember, the hunger. When you get comfortable, nothing good happens. Like stay uncomfortable a little bit.
It's like you said, when your understudy is mouthing the words that you're supposed to say, you're like, all right, cool. Now I got to pay attention. Now I got to lock in. And I think that's what Anthony Volpe did not have, because Peraza, we would have all loved for Peraza to be that player to put pressure on Anthony Volpe. Peraza hit below 150 with the Yankees this year.
Right.
And like Richie Squad says, Boone acted like a manager. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Y'all,
Shout out to my man Richie Squires in the building.
Aaron Boone looks stressed.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I feel bad for him, like on a human level. I just look at him and man, his hair going gray, falling out, like eye bags, like poor guy is going through it. I heard him mention on an interview the other day that he's having trouble sleeping, that he's taking like melatonin, like he's having to take stuff to help him sleep. Like this guy, he's going through it. I really, really feel for him. I hope we just all figure it out and win the World Series and we all look back and laugh.
Hopefully, there was a video. I'm gonna try to bring it up. It was with Lance Lynn. You remember former Yankee Lance Lynn talking about? Yeah, I have it right here. Talking about Boone. Let me bring it up on screen just to share with the folks. Share screen, foul territory. There it goes. He was on with foul territory. Shout out to the fellas for foul territory. Again, former Yankee Lance Lynn talking about how Aaron Boone addresses things behind the closed doors.
If it needs to be addressed, he is addressing it. He's not going to talk to the media. He's not going to tell you what's going on in the clubhouse. Played the game. He played at a very high level. He knows how it works. Whatever happens in the clubhouse stays in the clubhouse. So positive that he's addressing everything that's going wrong with the players, and the players are addressing it too, but they're not going to tell you about it, because the more that gets out in New York, the worse it gets. So they would rather you say, oh, you're not doing enough, than, oh, he's blowing people up and there's more of a story there, and things leaking out of the clubhouse, and that causes more problems than what's going on. They know what's wrong, they know how to fix it, and they've addressed it. But the problem with the fans and media and all that, they want to know what's said and how it was said. And we all know from the best clubhouses we've been in, they stay in-house and no one knows what's going on, and you write it yourself. If it needs to be addressed, he is addressed.
Dang.
That's solid right there. Because if you're a player, right? Exactly, Grace. I'm glad you said it. Because I got to ask you, Grace, why the hell would Aaron Boone tell us what he's telling these players?
My name's Hector, by the way. Hector.
Oh, shout out to you, Hector.
No, and that's what I'm saying. He's like, y'all say whatever you want. I know I'm talking to the players. They know I'm talking to them. Y'all don't need to know. Like, it's on a need-to-know basis. And you know what? Y'all don't need to know. And so Aaron Boone just shields the clubhouse. He literally thinks y'all can say whatever you want about me. Oh, y'all can say whatever you want about me because it's not true. And I don't feel the need to correct you. So he just lets the media, lets the fans, lets everybody just run wild, and because it's not the truth. But he doesn't care. If we think that, he's protecting his players, and his players respect and love him for that. So as frustrating as it is for us, because we want to know, because we're nosy, we're never gonna know.
I want to say shout out to the folks on TikTok. We got some gifts on TikTok. El Falcon sent us a heart, some gifts. Carlos sent us some roses. Mommy Keys as well. The Finisher on TikTok said, I love y'all show. It's been a hard season, but that's ball. Maybe next year will be better. Shout out to The Finisher. Shout out to Mommy Keys, Black Sheep, Dawn, NYC Pinstripe Club. My guy John is in the building here on YouTube as well. My man John, NYC Pinstripe Club. I hope all is well, John. Shout out to my man Super Dave in the building. Big time Jerry Cadill is in the building. Big time. I hope you're doing good, Jerry. We got Ness in the building. Shout out to my man Ness. I said it earlier, but shout out to Richie Squire. Theo Nosebleed Section is in the building. Shout out to Nosebleed Section. I hope all is well. Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's. El Consigliere Joe. Appreciate you for all the love, for all the super chats. Shout out to El Consigliere. I appreciate you. My man Ghost, mi hermano de la isla. Oh, I just lost him. It's like letting me bring him up. LB is in the building. Shout out to my guy LB. JV is in the building. Stephen B is in the building. Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's. The only troll in the Yankee universe that I acknowledge is my man L.I. Yankee King. Grace, I'll kick it over to you. The Yankees, they play the Texas Rangers this weekend. We got a tough series coming up against the Rangers. Old Timers Day is Saturday. What's the feeling? What's the vibes?
Astros.
They're Astros. I mean the Astros. I kept saying that. I don't know why. I thought Texas, but the Astros.
You're all good. You're doing so much right now, Hector. You're crushing it. You're killing it. We love you, Hector. W's in the chat for Hector. We all love Hector.
Guys, I got like 5. I showed Grace. I got like 5 screens in front of me right now with the production stuff. It's crazy.
And I want y'all to know I'm not doing a thing. I'm just sitting here. I'm just sitting here talking and vibing. So Hector, I appreciate you and everything that you do. So
oh good.
Don't be hard on yourself. But yeah, the Astros this weekend, and I'm not looking forward to it. I can't believe we haven't played them at all this year. It's wild.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
So, of course, we have to meet them in, like, a pressure situation, which just really sucks, you know, and they've already re-upped, and now Carlos Correa is back on their team. So, you know, whatever. It's going to be fine, right? It's going to be fine, right?
It's going to be fine, Grace.
Yeah. Are we playing them in Houston?
No, we're playing them at the stadium. It's Old Timers Day on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
So Old Timers, those festivities start at 11:30 on Saturday. And I think there's something going on at like the Hard Rock Cafe. I don't have access to that as a media member. That's something totally different. It's like 50-50 because I'm in the building. I may have access to it. I'm not assuming it. I haven't gotten anything back from the Yankees email wise. But yeah, I'll be there this Saturday. For Old Timers Day. Like I said, the festivities start at 11:30. Guys, make sure you guys are following me on TikTok because I will be live on the field. I plan because media could be there at like 8 o'clock in the morning. I plan on going live around like 9:30, 10 o'clock, depending on like how's everything going on. But yeah, make sure you guys are following me. I will be live on TikTok. I may go live on YouTube. I don't know. I see how I'm feeling. But I'll be live on both platforms. So make sure you guys are following.
Definitely will be. I always try to find coverage of Old Timers Day. I know they don't show it on the MLB app or whatever. So I like to watch it though. So even though Jeter's not going to be there because it's like his daughter's birthday allegedly. But anyway,
I didn't say that. You said that. I didn't say that. You said that.
It's always a good time. I tried to make y'all a vlog of my game yesterday. I'm not going to.
Sorry.
But I wanted to show you the cowboy hat on the police officer. I was like, my friends will love this. And their park is really, really nice. Walking down to my seats behind home plate. Bye.
Look at Grace.
And
those are great seats, by the way. Yeah, I meant to tell you that in text when I saw the video.
I know. Listen. I'm not joking. We planned for this all year, and yeah. So it was a great time.
The Big Boot popcorn. I cried laughing.
We got the dub. That's all that matters. I didn't get in a fight with the lady behind me who was drunk in the middle of the day. In the middle of the week, in the middle of the day.
How
like,
dare
really,
her?
lady?
How dare on the Lord's Wednesday you come to the stadium like that? What is wrong with you?
Anyway, I was like, I wonder if this is how it is in the Bronx. You
Yeah,
can
it's.
confirm, Hector?
Oh yeah, I can't confirm. And like, because it's crazy because it's like Yankee fans, right? Yankee fans are some of the most energetic, knowledgeable fans, but at the same time are some of the most emotionally charged fans that are in all of sports. And there's this guy, he's a comedian. You probably seen him go viral on Twitter, but I'm gonna play him real quick. And I think this is Yankee fans. And I'll get to the super chat right after this. During this 5-game losing streak, this is how Yankee fans were.
I'm looking so forward to next year, you have no fucking idea. You could lose every game from now on to this year is over. Unless you guys pull up a miracle, which I don't think you're possibly capable of because you're a bunch of fucking losers! Losers! You fucking suck! Big fucking hairy, smelly, dirty, sweaty,
Oh, nice edit. So that's how the whole stadium is?
To a degree.
Wow.
To a degree.
You know, I only went to one game at Yankee Stadium, and it was the old stadium. It wasn't even the new stadium. I think it was like '08 or something when I went. And I had amazing seats. Well, amazing because they were close. But honestly, I prefer to be on the first row of the balcony because you can see more. When you're down like eight rows up, like you can't see everything. But anyway, I had amazing seats, and I think we lost because I remember hearing Liza Minnelli sing New York, New York, and I was pretty bummed because this was a long time ago. And I haven't even been to the new stadium. I gotta go, Hector.
You have to go. You have.
I got to.
I want to ask you, Grace. Take a wild guess between both the Mets and the Yankees because I counted cleaning up yesterday. I counted all my media passes and I was like, damn. How many baseball games do you think I've been to this year working? Between the Mets and the Yankees, and I've been to more Yankee games than Mets games. If anybody wants to know,
25.
68.
Oh! Oh my God. That is amazing. Oh my God. Soy blessed. Like, how do you feel? Are you like walking in a cloud?
I was like, no way. No way, 68. I'm counting them, and I had to make sure. I'm like, I got to make sure these aren't just like spring training. No, I separated my spring training, and I separated my ones from last year.
I put on Twitter yesterday before the game. Like, we got there super early, as you can notice in the picture of me. Like, there's nobody else there. I'm there. I'm like, take my picture. I posted on Twitter, and I'm like, I tagged the Yankees, and I'm like, please, Yankees, get a win for me. I've been waiting all year for today. And then, of course, I won. They won. And so all these people were commenting, like, you got to go to every game now. You got to keep going.
You
I was
do.
like, I wish. I was like, I freaking wish I could. I would just follow the guys around and, like, scream at them. Screaming out Wells, take another base. What are you doing? Don't stop running.
I want to give some more shout outs. I want to shout out to the people on TikTok right now. Christopher Angel is giving love to Theo Nosebleed from TikTok. So shout out to you, Christopher Angel. I appreciate you. Jill on TikTok. My man Adam. Shout out to you, Hector. John the Beagle Dad. Big Time Jerry says, plus Yankee fans have to watch games while it drizzles. And I feel bad because when TC and Jerry and, you know, TC's brother, when Casey Funtime, when they were all here in New York, the game rained out on them. And I felt so bummed that they spent the whole trip coming to New York, everything. It was great hanging out with them. We was able to make the most of it. We still went to go eat at that pizzeria. So shout out to everybody who attended that event. Shout out to the folks from NYY Underground who put it together. But no, it was a good time. Nosebleed said that's him. Oh, Theo Nosebleed, that's you? I'm giving you a follow now. Christopher Angle, I'm giving you a follow. So shout out to Theo Nosebleed, who's following us on TikTok. I just gave you a follow, Theo Nosebleed. I hope all is well. L.I. Yankee says, okay, I blame Grace that we lost to the Rangers. No, I'm kidding, Grace.
Wait, how is it fault.
Because
I
you
went
didn't
to
go
the
to the
one game we
games.
won.
Because you didn't go to the
Oh,
games.
I
That's
see.
why, Grace. Because you didn't
Oh,
go to the game. So the
yeah.
game.
Okay.
So getting back to the conversation about the team. What's your thoughts when it comes to this upcoming series with the Old Timers Day and with the Yankees having a close on David Bednar and turning this ship around?
I want to believe that having the legends in the building will mean something
A little something.
to the team. The icons that are going to be walking around these hallowed halls. uh, but you know, let let's try to win the series. I don't know. I'm tempering my expectations because I can't want to jump off a bridge every time the Yankees lose, for real. So
I don't think we get swept by the Houston Astros. I just hope it's competitive,
mhm.
and I pray we could take 2 out of 3. I
Yeah, and
pray.
can we just play clean baseball? Is that too
Yeah.
much to ask? Can we just
Yeah.
not embarrass ourselves?
I think that's
That's
more
step
important.
one.
That's definitely step one. Can we not embarrass ourselves?
Exactly.
That's step
Yep.
one.
Right. Then we'll talk about step two later. You know what I mean? Like, number one, let's not embarrass ourselves, guys, especially in front of. Oh my God, especially in front of the old timers.
Mm-hmm.
That would be so bad. That'd be humiliating.
There's something going on online between like Alex Rodriguez and Boomer Esiason. Alex Rodriguez had some comments over the weekend about the team and how they're playing, and Boomer
Oh.
and Boomer for some reason took it upon himself to say, and I'm gonna share it on the screen right now, and we're gonna get messy, and
Uh oh.
we gonna get messy.
Okay.
And Boomer said, I almost laughed at it. It was funny. I think he forgets just how entitled he was when he played here. And you know why I find that funny for him to say that?
Hmm.
When A-Rod was traded to the New York Yankees, he came over after winning an MVP with the Texas Rangers as a shortstop, right? When he came over, if he was such a prima donna, not once did Alex Rodriguez ever go to the media or ever say publicly or any rumors that he wanted to be the shortstop for the Yankees. He came over as an MVP shortstop, arguably a better shortstop, Gold Glove, won multiple Gold Gloves, more than Derek Jeter. And he said, you know what? Since I'm joining his team, I'll be the one to move over to third base. Also, you remember the postseason when he struggled and Joe Torre batted him 8th in the lineup? Did A-Rod complain about that? Did A-Rod go to the media? Did A-Rod bitch and complain about that? Or how about you remember when Joe Girardi pinch hit Raul Ibanez for Alex Rodriguez in the postseason, and Raul Ibanez hit not one, but 2 home runs, one of them being a walk-off home run. Who was the first Yankee in the dugout that was jumping and on the and over the ledge? That was Alex Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm.
The same Alex Rodriguez who did something that Boomer Esiason never done, and that's win a championship.
Mm-hmm. I got another one.
Bingo.
Alex Rodriguez retired as a New York Yankee because it meant something to him to be a Yankee into the sunset
Yep.
rather than go out and chase 700 career homers, which
Yep.
he was only 4
No,
away
3.
from.
3. He was at 697.
Oh, I just looked it up. It said 696.
Oh, well,
But whatever.
696,
3 or
4, 3,
4.
same shit, whatever the fuck.
It was less than 5. He could have easily gone to another team and hit a couple more home runs, finished out the year, and had 700 and been part of the 700 club. Instead, it meant more to him to retire as a New York Yankee with pride.
Yep.
Does that sound like someone who was so entitled?
Not at all. Jonathan, with the correction, 696. You was right, Grace. I do apologize. I thought it was 697. My man, Sunset Park 718. Old Timers Day is this Saturday. 11:30, 11:45 is when the festivities kick off. Make sure you guys are following me live. I go live on TikTok. And if the game is not being broadcasted, that means that I could show it on my TikTok feed, Grace.
There you go.
So if you want to watch it, tune into my TikTok live to watch it. But no, back to A-Rod. Again, A-Rod won a championship in 2009 with the New York Yankees. I don't think anyone is going to argue and say that if Alex Rodriguez was not on that team, the Yankees would have still won the championship. No. If it wasn't for A-Rod, the Yankees don't win a championship in 2009.
Oh, 100%. 100%. He was man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. I need to just go watch some old games. Actually, that'd probably make me sad. That'd probably make me more sad. Honestly, it's not just the Yankees. Across baseball,
Mm-hmm.
it just looks different now than it used to. Man, I'm old. Am I old?
No,
Hold on.
you're not old,
Okay,
Grace.
okay,
You're
thank
not
you.
old, Grace. All right,
Thank
you're
you.
not old. You're not old. You just, we just well seasoned. All right, we're not old. We're just well seasoned. That's what it is. And Ally says, wait, wasn't A-Rod DFA'd for? Yeah, the Yankees went up to A-Rod and said, listen, you're gonna have to retire right now. We're gonna release you. One, we're not trying to give you that 700 that bonus when you get to 700 home runs, and two, we're not going anywhere. So when A-Rod retired, A-Rod publicly stated on, I forgot what podcast he was on, or he said out there publicly that he had several teams reach out to him to sign him so he could try to get to 700 home runs. And he said it meant more to retire as a Yankee with 696 than it would be to sign with somebody to hit 700 home runs. He valued retiring as a Yankee with 696 than hitting 700 home runs. I take my hat off to Alex Rodriguez. Hate him all you want. That's my guy.
And he reps the Yankees so hard. Even with the drama between him and Cashman being whatever it is, and the
Him and the
drama,
Steinbrenners,
and if there is anything between him and Jeter, like, I don't know the extent of that, but regardless, he reps the Yankees so hard. I love A-Rod. Isn't Boomer a Mets fan? Like, you don't even go here.
But you don't even go here. No, Boomer is a Met fan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See? That's your people, Hector.
Grace said, my people.
Yeah, that's you hanging out with those Mets people all the time. I see you.
I want to take a trip down memory lane, Grace. We got 1:30 right here, right? We got to take a trip down memory lane to the good times so we can feel old as Yankee fans.
God.
No, that's Pokemon.
Fly ball, right field. Maybe. It could be. Back at the wall. Goodbye. Home run. The Yankees win. Jim Leyritz, a two-run homer in the 15th inning. Yankees win 7-5.
In the 15th.
And here's a drive to left. It's mighty high. It's mighty far. And good night.
The 0-1. Swung on a drill deep to center field. Going back, Lewis. Still back. Looking up. See ya! A home run. Bernie Williams. And the Yankees win the game 4-3.
Ramlinger deals the 1-1. Swung on a drill deep to left field. That could go. Williams back. Looking up. See ya! A home run into the Braves bullpen in left center field. And the Yankees win the game 6-5.
And the 3-2 pitch. Swung on a drill to right field. Going back, Sanders on the track at the wall. See ya! See ya! See ya! He is Mr. November. Oh, what a big base hit by the Yankees shortstop.
Leading by 3 as Boone hits it to deep left. That might send the Yankees to the World Series. Boone, a hero in Game 7.
And this is why he's the manager of the New York Yankees.
Oh, God. Didn't we
I miss the
lose
old
that
Yankee
year?
Stadium. I'm not gonna lie. I miss the old Yankee Stadium. I'm not gonna lie. I do like the new Yankee Stadium. I do like
Yeah.
walking around the new Yankee Stadium. I do like it, but I do miss the memories and the feeling from the old Yankee Stadium. Shout out to Curran in the
I
chat.
just remember.
I love the profile pic. Shout out to you, Curran. Man, I wish I could remember stuff like this. Oh my God, absolutely.
Yeah. I just remember the halls being so small in
The corridors.
corridors in the old Yankee Stadium. I'm like, can y'all scoot over? I'm from Texas. Y'all need to scoot. Oh, I need some personal space. Everybody, I mean, and it was so old. It felt so old, but that's part of what was so cool about it. You know, the
Yeah.
house that Ruth built. You know, it was cool. I'm glad that I got to go. You know, before the new stadium, and I still need to go to the new stadium. But yeah, everybody says it's not the same.
I have another video, right? And this one's gonna hurt because what's up, Super Dave? Shout out to Super Dave in the building. I appreciate you, my man, Super Dave on TikTok and YouTube. Shout out to my man. But I saw this last night, Grace, and this one hurt. The 5 most embarrassing mistakes of the Yankees 2025 season. And I hate to do this.
High and deep to right.
I was at the game for this. I was
over
at the game
toward the
for
line.
this.
Acuna's got it.
Oh,
Tagging
at the
from
game.
second. Whoa! They got him! Are you kidding me?
And a little bouncer towards third. Schneider
4 errors in one game.
And now Springer coming in behind him. And somehow the Blue Jays get 2 runs out of that.
Escara could not hold on to the baseball as it took off out of his glove.
And subpar defensive teams will show you why they are
Super
subpar.
Dave, don't play it.
Challenger lost the baseball in right field throughout. Hit hard on the right side on the ground. Bobbled at first by Rice. Wagner sprints through the bag. He's safe. Stride to score another Yankees error.
And he's going to bump third base side.
I was at the game for this.
The pickup and the throw to first, scooped, and they got him. He put down the bunt. Wells moves up to second, and now they have him off the base, and they're going to tag him out.
What did he do?
All of a sudden, he appeared to be on his way back to first.
Look at how many outs there were.
And is tagged
That
out.
should have been the moment that he was benched, by the way.
Popped up.
And then this one.
Edwards fires the first. It's a double play. What was Chisholm thinking?
Kay called him out.
What is going on?
Michael!
Going anyway from first. Ground ball through the right side. That's a base hit. Here comes Sanoha. Marcy on his way to third. The ball gets by. The ball gets by. The Marlins have tied it. Edwards will stop in third. Oh my God!
Yeah,
what
this
are
is
we
painful to watch.
watching? I don't believe.
Why are we watching this?
And I brought it up. No, I brought it up to say several things. I don't know what's more embarrassing. One, we just watched that, or the fact that I've been to like 2 out of those 5 moments of the season. That's crazy to even say. But also, I brought that up to bring up the conversation of I don't think it gets worse than what we just saw. It can't get worse than what we just saw. If it gets worse than the 5 plays that we just saw, somebody or everybody should be fired.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say credit to the Marlins. They played us harder. The Blue Jays just we beat ourselves versus the Blue Jays. Okay, this is my opinion. The Marlins actually deserve some credit for playing a lot of baseball, scoring a lot of runs, making it really interesting and competitive. The Blue Jays just were there while we imploded. And they took those games and never looked back. I don't think the Blue Jays are a better team than the Yankees. Really, I don't. I just think we played the worst games of our entire season against them. And I don't think it's because of them. I think it's because of us.
Yeah.
So, but when you played that, excuse me, when you played that video, it's just so apparent to me. The Marlins were playing scrappy ball. Also, the Rangers. The Rangers didn't play us that hard. Like, we beat ourselves. Although Nathan Eovaldi shut it down, and I
Yeah.
told y'all that was gonna happen. On Tuesday, I was like, y'all just count it. We're not beating Nathan Eovaldi. And God, I cannot believe 8 innings. 8 innings, Nate. Really? You had to do that to us? 8 innings? You're killing me. I mean, I was screaming at the TV. Foul off balls. What are we doing? Got to get the pitch count up. Got to get the pitch count. I was saying, like, the game plan is flawed. Period.
Mhm.
The game plan versus Nate Evaldi needs to be don't even listen, don't even try to get a hit. Just foul off as many balls as possible, extend the at bat, and get him out of the game. If you run into a hit, cool. But that's not the objective. The objective is get the pitch count up and get this man out of the game. And what were they doing? First pitch swinging, first pitch swinging, first pitch swinging, roll over, roll over, roll over, fly out, fly out. This man had so many like 4 pitch, 5 pitch innings. I was like, y'all are killing me. It was a horrible game plan. But I digress. Sorry, I went off on a tangent.
No. And rightfully so, because what we have been seeing has been frustrating. It has been super frustrating, the product that we have been seeing, especially when we know that this group, when we know that this team is better than what they're performing at. Better.
They're the best, worst team in baseball.
Absolutely. And who put it in the chat? Consigliere Joe put it in the chat also. The Marlins, they have like the second best record since June 13th.
Okay, see? They're playing.
They're playing good baseball right now.
They are. They really are.
Scrappy baseball right now. And the Marlins are one of those.
And what did they do? Did they swing at the first pitch? Or did they get our starters out of the game as fast as humanly possible? That's what they did. Anyway.
Yeah, but no, Curran just put in the chat. I just don't understand how this happens again and again and again. And it seems like with these Aaron Boone Yankees, the month of June comes around, calendar switch, everybody lose their sauce, and it's a struggle. And it's the Yankees on the struggle bus for the month of June, for the month of July, for the month of August, and you hope that they put it together in September. But if the Yankees expect to make any noise in the postseason, they're going to have to put it together. And like I said, they have a tough series coming up against the Houston Astros. They have a series coming up against the Boston Red Sox. They got, I think no more series against the Toronto Blue Jays, which kind of hurts them trying to get the AL East.
We have one more.
One more? Let me just double check. Let me pull up the schedule. That way we can go through the schedule together.
I do think we have one more. We've got a couple series versus the Orioles. We got the White Sox. A couple with the Red Sox, I think. Maybe 2 with the Red Sox.
All right. So right now, here's the schedule right now. So we have 3 games coming up against Houston, Minnesota, St. Louis. Then it's the AL East, 2 against Tampa. Then it's 4 against Boston. And then 5th, 6th, 7th is Toronto.
Okay. Ooh, Tigers too?
And that sucks because September 8th is my birthday. So this is either going to be a happy birthday or a very miserable birthday, one or the other.
It'll be happy.
I hope.
And then we have to play. Can you scroll down?
Detroit, Boston.
Twins count it. Orioles count it. White Sox count it. Orioles count it. All right. We in there. Okay? Oh, God. The Boston series is going to be really heated. I mean, really heated. We're in a race with them. And
we have 19 games. We have 19 games left against the AL East.
Oof.
The Yankees need to go 13-6 in those 19 games.
Woo.
In order for the Yankees to get into first place, the Yankees need to go 13-6 down the stretch against the AL East. You have to win. You have to win every series going forward. You got to take 2 out of 3 going forward. But specifically against the AL East, the Yankees need to go 13-6.
Let me just say that I'm going to say this again. I don't think it would be a necessarily bad thing if we went in the postseason on a wild card. Because I really, really believe that Aaron Judge does not benefit from rest. I think, after watching him for years, I think he gets out of rhythm and it takes him a little while to get back into rhythm as a hitter. And the the extra rest that you get when you win the division is beneficial for your pitching staff, no doubt. But for the hitters, I think it I don't see that it has benefited us in the past. And for me, I don't think it'd be the worst thing to just, if we get hot, if we get hot now, going down the stretch into the postseason, slide into the wild card, slide into the division, slide into the CS, and then go to the, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the ride we need to go on. Okay, get hot, stay hot, and keep going. Don't let the momentum go down. So honestly, I'm not even coping. I've been saying this, Hector. You know, I've
Mm-hmm.
been saying this. I don't think it'd be the worst thing for us to get in on a wild card.
No, and I think there is some. I'm going to bet 18 and 11. Shout out to you, Curran. I appreciate you. I think when you bring it up, the New York Yankees, and when you bring up their struggles, it's not a crazy thing to say that if this team does not, like I say, go 13-6, we're not going to make the postseason or make or be first in the AL East. But the argument about going in as a wild card team, there is some validation about that, right? Or there is some facts to back that up, because you bring up Aaron Judge struggling from having rest. He was just on the IL for 10 days. He just came back. He don't look like the Aaron Judge that went on the IL before then. So this goes to show you that he does not benefit from rest. And I got to agree with you, Grace, on that one.
Yeah, and he was on the hottest hot streak ever earlier in the season, and then they gave him that rest day, and then what happened? He kind of had to reset. I really, I'm not saying anything bad about Aaron Judge, but I'm just saying I've noticed that there are players who benefit from rest. Anthony Volpe seems to be one of those guys, right? Jazz Chisholm Jr., you could make an argument that he benefits from a little rest every now and then. But there are also players that don't benefit from it, that actually get taken out of rhythm, and I do think that Aaron Judge is one of those players. Giancarlo Stanton, another player who needs to stay into his rhythm. That's why I've been saying he needs to keep pinch hitting. He's so hot right now with the bat. We got to keep him hot through this little stretch where we got Judge DHing before he goes back into right field. It's imperative. So, anyway, if we get in on the wild card, all hope is not lost.
Grace, right now, what worries me to a degree, I know we brought up that we're not scared of the Toronto Blue Jays, and I'm not scared of the Blue Jays like that. Even though they're in first place, I'm not scared of the Baltimore Orioles. I'm not scared of the Tampa Bay Rays. What is causing me some concern may be the Boston Red Sox. Do you know what the Boston Red Sox record is ever since they traded Rafael Devers?
God. They're so annoying.
Ever since the Boston Red Sox traded Rafael Devers, in the 40 games they traded him, their record is 25-15. The San Francisco Giants, the team that traded for Rafael Devers, are 14-25. After trading Rafael Devers, right? And this is why the Yankee fans have been screaming, we need to upgrade at third base going into the season. Before the Rafael Devers trade, the Boston Red Sox defensive efficiency was 24th in all of Major League Baseball. After trading Rafael Devers, their defensive efficiency is 13. 11 spot improvement in all of baseball.
Maybe there was just some bad vibes going on there. I don't know. Because he wasn't even playing defense. He was DHing, right?
No, he was refusing to play first base. He was playing third base. He was DHing. His bat was horrible. And the Red Sox, ever since trading Rafael Devers, they have one of the best records in baseball. They are 25-15. They leapfrogged us in the AL East. They leapfrogged us in the wild card. That's my only cause of concern, or that's my only reservation about that record. I said 13-6. We have a 4-game series coming up against the Boston Red Sox. The last thing I want to see is we get swept. in those
Oh
4
yeah,
games.
yeah. It's that's why I said those games are gonna have juice.
If the
Everybody
Yankees,
says, "Oh, the rivalry isn't back because the teams aren't, in it and it's blah blah blah." Well, guess what? This upcoming series with the Red Sox is gonna have smoke. It's gonna, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and this is why I said, and this is why I'm going to say, I should say, if the Boston Red Sox sweep the New York Yankees in that 4-game set, Grace, I hate to say it, that's the nail in the coffin on this season.
it's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
I hope it doesn't happen. I hope it doesn't happen. But like I said, if it does happen, that's the nail in the coffin. I'm not rooting for it. I don't think Grace is rooting for it. I don't think any Yankee fan out there in the ecosphere is rooting for it.
That's not, we can't. David Bednar would never let that happen.
And they're in the Bronx, August 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. I will be. I'm planning on being at every game in that series, except for Saturday. I don't like, because the game on Friday, I'm not trying to leave the stadium at 11, 12 o'clock at night just to be there at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm not trying to do that. I need rest.
Right.
I'm a prima donna.
No, you're not. But good for you that you can make your own schedule and do that. That's awesome.
Grace, what's your thoughts? We're gonna wrap it up right now. It's 1:32, so let's get our last take. Shout out to everybody who was in the building. Delulu Yankee fan said, "I spoke to Dodger fans on stream, and spoke to a Dodger fan on stream, and he told me the only AL team he fears is the Boston Red Sox." Go ahead, Grace.
I mean, if you're a Dodgers fan, why would you fear the Yankees? You just beat them in the World Series. That makes sense. But sometimes being the underdog can play into your favor. And when are the Yankees ever the underdog? Never.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a new sensation for the New York Yankees, and it's up to Boone to harness that and use it to our advantage. And it's like we always say, every series we play is the other team's World Series, right? The Marlins just swept us. They're completely out of the playoff picture. They're not even a relevant team, and they swept us and celebrated like they won the World Series, because that was their World Series to them. They hadn't sold out a game all season long, I'm pretty sure, and they sold out the games when the Yankees were in town. And that's how it is for these teams. They play us, they get up for these games, and they play us. But you know who doesn't get up for the game to play us? The Dodgers. They're not worried about us, so that's fine. We can play the underdog versus them. I don't care. But anyway, coming back to today. I'm glad we got the win last night. There is hope, right? There is hope for the Rebel Alliance.
I love that.
And we have a day off today, and the guys need it. Oh my God. They got handled by the Marlins. They got stomped by Nathan Eovaldi, and they got a win and now a day off. So it's a great time to end it on a win for the day off. Take some time, heal up, get your mind right, feel the hope that we all feel as Yankees, nation. And listen, we got to go make a statement this weekend versus the Astros. They're in the playoff picture. They're going to win their division most likely. And if we make the playoffs, we'll probably see them. It's time to put up or shut up, okay? So this weekend starting, no more messing around. No more Mr. Nice Guy, okay? Booney's feeling the pressure. We're all feeling it. I think Jazz is feeling it too. That, by the way, Hector, I want to give you an assignment. This weekend at the stadium,
Word.
do a wellness check on Jazz for me.
Okay.
And come back on Tuesday and let us know what's the vibe around Jazz. I'm kind of getting concerned about him, like his mental. I don't want to say well-being. I just feel like there's something bringing him down, and I want you to kind of feel that out and let us know on Tuesday how Jazz is, okay? Because we love him. We love him. We love him around here. So anyway, that's my thoughts. Hector, what are your thoughts?
I got you. My final thoughts are, there's a graphic that I want to share from the great Mike Francesa, who said, the roster is still ridiculously awful in terms of balance. They have 4 DHs. The roster is a malfunctioning mess.
You know that's what LI's been saying all season.
I think Li hacked Mike Francesa's Twitter account. I think that's what it is.
Li, is that you?
Li, is this you, Li? Li, are you speaking for the great Mike Francesa? No, my last takeaway from this is the Yankees are 1-5 in their last 6 games. They got their first win post trade deadline.
We're 1-1 in the last game.
We are 1-0 in the last game. And also, the Yankees we can say as a fan base, very confidently, the Yankees have a closer in David Bednar. The Yankees have a setup guy in Camilo Duvall. The Yankees got a 7th inning man back in Luke Weaver, with Fernando Cruz and Ryan Yarbrough coming around the mountain as they come. Or they coming around the mountain? Yeah, coming around the mountain as they come. Hopefully, Devin Williams can turn it around, because if he does, it would just be another weapon coming out of that bullpen. If not, he may get DFA'd. What I will say is that hopefully the spirit of 2000, the Subway Series, can get this team riled up, because Old Timers Day is back in the Bronx. And this is the first time since the lockdowns and the pandemic that we have opening day back in the Bronx. And for some reason, my name was called Video Share for some reason and not Hector Beauchamp. Grace, Subway Series in New York City is a good time. Do you have any Subway Series memories?
No, I wish. I wish I was a New Yorker. Oh, thanks for letting me hang out with y'all.
What I will say to end this and to wrap it is that hopefully the energy that's around this Yankee team on Saturday, hopefully David Wells, David Cone, Roger Clemens, the old Yankees that were there, Jorge Posada, who I hope that I see. And one of the questions I'm going to ask him is, does he ever think about being a manager in baseball? So that's one of the questions I'm going to ask him. Hopefully that energy rubs off on the 2025 Yankees. Go ahead, Grace.
Was the fight in the Subway Series between Roger Clemens and Piazza?
No, I don't. No.
Oh.
That was in the first Subway Series,
okay.
like during the regular season. I don't think that was in the World Series. No.
Okay.
No. I don't think that was in the World. If it was in the World, I don't think it. I don't.
That was way before I had the MLB app and was able to watch all the games, y'all. Being down here in Texas, being a Yankees fan, growing up as a kid, it was not easy. Okay.
Oh no, you used to have to catch ESPN to get those moments.
Yep. So I'm so grateful for the MLB app. Now I get to watch all the games. It's so awesome. Yeah. Anyway.
But guys, we appreciate you guys. Hopefully the Yankees turn things around. Hopefully the spirit of 2000 can wake this team up. And like I said, 19 games against the AL East. This team has to go 13-9 down the stretch in order to get back on top in the AL East. Watch out for the Boston Red Sox. That series is further down the line. We got some time to prepare for that. But until next time, y'all, drink your water. Stay hydrated. I'm Hector.
I'm Grace Monroe.
And this has been the Yankees Morning Brew. And until next time, pieces. Arriba the Dirty.
You fought well yesterday. Your style is unorthodox.